everyone, it's Viveka von Rosen, Chief Visibility Officer at Vengreso. And if you're new to LinkedIn, you've never created an account before, let me show you how. Now, if you've created an account, you just can't remember your password, make sure to use the Find My Password feature. Don't create a whole new account. It'll really mess you up in the future. Let's go to linkedin.com, and if you're getting started, you're going to fill this section out. This is if you already have an account. If you've just forgotten your password, you can take care of that here. Obviously, you will put in your first name, your last name, a unique email address, and create a password. There we go. And then just click on Join Now. It's going to take you through a few steps to get started. It's going to ask you what country you're in and what your zip code is. If there's anything wrong here, you can correct it. And you'll add your most recent job title. And where you work. And you should get a drop down. Now, if you mess this up or you don't have an opportunity to do this or you put the wrong company in, don't worry, there's plenty of other places where you can come in to fix this later. So then once you've added your job title and your company, just hit continue. It's going to ask you to confirm your email and enter the code. You need to add an email address that you actually have access to. There we go, verified email. Now, the first thing it's going to do is ask you to add contacts to see who you already know on LinkedIn. You can do that. It's just going to see who you know. You're not actually going to invite all of those people. You'll have the opportunity to invite them later. A little bit up to you. I'm just going to skip that. I like to manually add my connections. Similarly, I don't necessarily want to import a mailing list, mainly because you're limited to 5,000, and if your mailing list is more than 5,000 people, suddenly you can't invite anyone new to connect on LinkedIn. Also, you might have like customer service at AT&T, etc. on your mailing list. And so you don't want to waste emails and invitations rather on those individuals. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip this section. This one actually makes me super nervous and I don't like it. I'm manually going to add those folks in later. Now, the next thing that you can do is see if there's anyone here who you want to keep in touch with. In this case, it's actually folks who work at or for Vengreso. I'm creating a duplicate account, by the way, which is a big no-no on LinkedIn, so I will be deleting this account once we're done here. So then I can go in and add all 13 connections. If I was actually creating an account, I would absolutely do that. Next step, very important, add a photo. So I'm going to go to my desktop where I have a few images. Yeah, one's good enough. And we'll do a white one. That'll differentiate it. Make sure I don't get them both mixed up. There we go. Gonna zoom in a little bit, straighten it. I want to make my visibility public, and that is in fact the default, so that's good. Now I'll go ahead and save that. Great. And I already have the LinkedIn app, so I can skip this. If you don't have the LinkedIn app yet, definitely get it for your Google Play or App Store, whichever mobile device you use. There we are. Now, this is new. LinkedIn has hashtag communities, which is brand new. I've got a whole other video on that. But if you want to learn about those hashtag communities, you can follow areas of interest. It's also going to feed you people and companies you might be interested in. So I'm interested in personal branding, and here are some companies within personal branding I might be interested in. I'm interested in professional women, and here are the exact same companies. Interesting. All right, so there's 2 sources anyway, but you'll probably want to add more. And here is my new LinkedIn profile. So I'm going to keep going. I can add when I started, and LinkedIn's actually going to walk you through this, which is pretty cool. So I can say when I started working at Vengreso. I can begin to build my network by finding connections. And we have a lot of trainings in our YouTube video about the best ways of finding, connecting, and engaging to your prospects on LinkedIn. So I'm not going to walk you through that right now, but just know that you can use LinkedIn search to find connections, and we've got YouTube videos on that. And then stay in the know is very similar to what we just looked at, and that's those sources again. So as I come through here, I'm getting some more sources and some more companies I might want to follow and some more individuals I might want to follow. Oh, I would like a Tesla. And that will begin to give me some more information in my timeline. And this, as you can see, you can add to at any point. That's actually found in your settings section, privacy and settings. But a couple other things as you're just getting started on LinkedIn. You'll want to go to your profile, and you can do that by clicking on your name or coming here to the drop down and going to view profile. And so again, we've got a lot of videos on creating a strong personal brand. And if you don't want to do this, by the way, we have people who will help you write your profile. So just know that at Vengreso. But if you want to do this yourself, just a few more things I'd have you do to get started. Click on the pen and add a background image. It's 1584 by 396. I just happen to have, oops, not that one though. I just happen to have one that I can add. There we go. And then you can update your profile as well. So now the headline says I'm Chief Visibility Officer at Vengreso, the digital sales transformation company, but I actually have 120 characters. So I might want to add something here like join the digital sales revolution, which is a little bit of our tagline, or I can say something like learn how to brand your profile. There we go. Oops, and then spell check is always good. So there's a lot of opportunity here to give a little bit more detail about what you do and who you serve and how you help people. And then speaking of that, this summary section is actually 2,000 characters dedicated to who you are, but more importantly, who you serve, how you can help them, and what you can do for them. So again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that, but know that this summary is really, really important, and I highly recommend that you add that 2,000 up to 2,000 characters, not words. And here's a ninja trick. Do it first in a Word document, right? So that you can catch spelling mistakes and add things like bullets and have that little character count as well. And then if there's any relevant links or documents to upload, you can do that here as well. And then when you're done with that, just go ahead and hit save. There we go. And LinkedIn's also going to walk you through your profile and help you do things like build it out. So the other thing that you're going to want to do is add information to your current experience by clicking on the pen. When you worked there, if you currently work here, just don't click on update my headline, because you just spent time crafting it beyond the title at company. You get another 2,000 characters to describe what your company is. To start, it's fine to pull stuff from your resume, but just know you're going to want to build on that and really focus on your audience as compared to what you do. This isn't a resume per se. This is a resource. This is a place to develop your personal brand. It's also a place to provide resources for prospects and clients. That helps to build that KLT, that know, like, and trust factor. So when you're building your LinkedIn profile, just always focus on who am I helping? Who am I helping? How am I helping them? What resources can I share that will help them? What case studies can I share that will help them? What testimonials can I add here that will help them to make a decision about using me as a client, as a vendor, or use my product or use my service? What testimonials can I upload? What video testimonials can I upload? Can I add a list, and will my clients be okay with me adding a list of the folks that I've helped in the past? So always be thinking about your audience and what they're interested in, not necessarily who you are and that you're a quota crushing sales guy or whatever. So, or gal. So you could go ahead and update that section, which is your experience section. There we are. Continue to work through these different sections. Where did you go to school? What skills do you have that you would like to showcase and be found under? As I mentioned before, expanding on your summary and really how you can help your audience. By adding those things, you'll get past, intermediate, and probably way up into all-star. After you've created a good-looking profile, then you start connecting to individuals on LinkedIn. You don't want to do it beforehand, because if they go to your profile and it looks bad, they're less likely to connect with you. So after you create a great profile, that's when you come in here and you start to look for those prospects, those connections, those past clients, those current clients, all individuals that you are going to start connecting and engaging with. And after you start to build your network, you can start sharing content as well: articles, photos, videos, and ideas. So there you go. Those are the crucial things to get you started on LinkedIn. I would recommend looking at our YouTube channel to get more ideas about your background image, to get more ideas about best practices for finding, connecting, and engaging with prospects, for more ideas about the types of content to share and when to share it and how to share it. And then your settings. That's 15 minutes in and of itself, because there's a lot of settings that you'll want to deal with as a new connection on LinkedIn too. So all of those can be found on our YouTube channel, but I wanted to make sure that you had the right information just for getting started on LinkedIn.